In the ever-evolving landscape of the internet, dynamic websites have become the norm. Gone are the days of static HTML pages. Today, users expect interactive and engaging online experiences. This is where PHP comes in, a powerful server-side scripting language specifically designed for web development. PHP empowers developers to create dynamic web pages and applications that respond to user actions and deliver tailored content. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor, and it has become a cornerstone of modern web development. It seamlessly integrates with HTML, allowing developers to embed PHP code directly within their web pages. This embedded code is executed on the server, and the resulting output is sent to the user's browser as plain HTML. This server-side execution is crucial for handling sensitive tasks such as database interactions and user authentication, as it keeps the underlying logic hidden from the client side. One of the key advantages of PHP is its widespread adoption and extensive community support. It powers millions of websites worldwide, including giants like Facebook and WordPress. This vast community ensures that there is a wealth of resources available to developers, from comprehensive documentation to active forums where they can seek help and share knowledge. PHP's popularity also translates into a strong job market, making it a valuable skill for aspiring web developers. PHP's versatility extends beyond its ability to create dynamic web pages. It can also be used to develop a wide range of web applications, from e-commerce platforms to content management systems. Its ability to interact with databases allows developers to create data-driven websites that can store and retrieve large amounts of information. Whether you're building a simple blog or a complex web application, PHP provides the tools and flexibility to bring your ideas to life. In the early days of the World Wide Web, websites were primarily static. This meant that every user who visited a particular page would see the exact same content, regardless of their individual preferences or actions. Imagine a world where online shopping carts didn't exist, and every visitor to an e-commerce site saw the same product catalog. Static websites were limited in their interactivity and ability to personalize the user experience. Dynamic websites, on the other hand, revolutionized the way we interact with the internet. These websites can respond to user actions, retrieve data from databases, and dynamically generate content tailored to each individual user. Think of social media feeds that update in real-time, online banking platforms that display your personalized account information, or e-commerce websites that recommend products based on your browsing history. Dynamic websites have become the backbone of the modern internet. The key difference between static and dynamic websites lies in how they are processed and delivered to the user's browser. Static websites are essentially pre-built HTML files that are stored on a server. When a user requests a page, the server simply sends that file to their browser, and the content remains the same for every visitor. Dynamic websites, however, are generated on the fly. When a user requests a page, the server executes the PHP code embedded in that page. This code can interact with databases, process user input, and dynamically generate HTML content that is then sent to the user's browser. This dynamic content generation opens up a world of possibilities for web developers. Websites can now be interactive, personalized, and responsive to user actions. This has led to the development of sophisticated web applications that have transformed the way we communicate, shop, learn, and entertain ourselves online. Imagine a world where every time you visited a website, you had to re-enter your login information, or your shopping cart was empty because the website couldn't remember what you had added. This is where databases come in, providing a persistent storage mechanism for dynamic websites to store and retrieve information. Databases are essential for creating user accounts, managing product catalogs, storing blog posts, and much more. PHP's ability to interact with databases is one of its most powerful features. It supports a wide range of database management systems, including MySQL, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB, providing developers with the flexibility to choose the best database for their specific needs. Through PHP, developers can execute SQL queries to retrieve, insert, update, and delete data in the database. This data can then be used to dynamically generate web pages tailored to each user. Let's consider an example of an e-commerce website. When a user creates an account, their information, such as their name, email address, and shipping address, is stored in the database. When they log in, PHP can retrieve their information from the database and display it on their account page. Similarly, when they add items to their shopping cart, this information is also stored in the database, ensuring that their cart persists even if they close the browser window. Databases are the backbone of interactive websites, providing the storage and retrieval mechanisms necessary for dynamic content generation. PHP's seamless integration with databases makes it an ideal language for developing data-driven web applications that can scale to handle large amounts of information and user interactions. Section 4. Building Dynamic Web Applications, PHP in Action. Dynamic web applications have become an integral part of our online experience, from social media platforms to e-commerce websites and online learning platforms. These applications go beyond simply displaying information. They allow users to interact with the website and with each other in real time, creating engaging and personalized experiences. PHP, with its ability to handle user input, interact with databases, and dynamically generate content, is a powerful tool for building such applications. One of the key aspects of dynamic web applications is their ability to handle user input. This could be anything from submitting a contact form to posting a comment on a blog post or making an online purchase. PHP provides mechanisms to capture this input, validate it to ensure its integrity, and then process it accordingly. For example, when a user submits a contact form, PHP can capture their name, email address, and message. It can then validate this information to ensure that all required fields are filled out and that the email address is in a valid format. Once validated, PHP can then send this information to the website owner via email. Another important aspect of dynamic web applications is their ability to interact with databases. This allows developers to create data-driven applications that can store, retrieve, and manipulate large amounts of information. For example, an e-commerce website can use a database to store product information, customer orders, and inventory levels. PHP can then interact with this database to display product catalogs, process orders, and manage inventory in real time. PHP's ability to handle user input and interact with databases makes it an ideal language for building a wide range of dynamic web applications. Whether you're building a social networking site, an online marketplace, or a custom web application for your business, PHP provides the tools and flexibility to bring your ideas to life. Section 5. Client-side versus server-side scripting, where PHP shines. In the world of web development, understanding the distinction between client-side and server-side scripting is crucial. Both play vital roles in creating dynamic and interactive web experiences, but they operate on different sides of the client-server architecture. Client-side scripting, as the name suggests, executes in the user's web browser, while server-side scripting takes place on the web server. Client-side scripting languages like JavaScript are primarily responsible for enhancing the user interface and interactivity within the browser. They can manipulate HTML elements, handle user events like clicks and scrolls, and even make asynchronous requests to the server to fetch data without requiring a full-page reload. This results in a smoother and more responsive user experience. However, client-side code is visible to the user and can be modified, making it unsuitable for handling sensitive tasks like user authentication or processing confidential data. This is where server-side scripting languages like PHP come into play. PHP code is executed on the server, and only the resulting output, typically HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, is sent to the client's browser. This server-side execution has several advantages. Firstly, it enhances security as the underlying code and logic remain hidden from the user. Secondly, it allows interaction with databases and other server-side resources to dynamically generate content and personalize the user experience. PHP excels in server-side scripting, providing a robust environment for handling user authentication, processing form submissions, interacting with databases, and dynamically generating web pages. Its ability to access server-side resources and securely process sensitive information makes it an indispensable tool for creating dynamic and feature-rich web applications. Section 6. Configuring PHP. Fine-tuning your server.